What's going on out there, good people? It is your boy Look Around with LMD Trading, and we are sitting here at the desk. Was getting a little studying in, and also getting a little researching in for some swing trades this week. I actually took a couple of swing trades last week in my cash account. I think it was last week. Worked out pretty good, so figured I would make a video just showing how I go about looking for some swing ideas, because even though we are in this downturn of a market, there are still stocks out there that are available to get some swing trades in. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna pull up the screen that I use when I am looking for swing trades, and this is it. I'm usually looking at higher time frames, so I'm looking at the 4-hour, the 12-hour, and the weekly. I use the 12-hour as opposed to the daily, and I like to use the 4-hour as opposed to the hourly, and I get my long-term bias from the weekly chart. So on this weekly chart, only line that you see is this thick blue line. This is the 200 moving average, and it's set to the weekly time frame. On the 4-hour chart, I have I want to say that's a 100 moving average. Yep, that's a 100 moving average. I don't really like using the exponential. Let's go simple moving average. I'm gonna change this to the 100 real quick. We're gonna just see how much different it is. Okay, it's not too bad. See how it kind of just diverges a little bit, and if you look, it does look like this is Bank of America. Look like it's kind of holding on to the 100 simple moving average. Let's see what we have for the 12 hours. So the 12, we have a daily simple moving average of the 100. We got a 100 moving average. So we got both of them. And then we got the 200 set to the week. So we're good there. But this is what I use. And then if I want to just go ahead and get in some trades, like after hours, I have my active trader ladder set right here. So I'm going to show you 3 that I have already put orders in for, and I'll kind of tell you why. So the first one is AGFS. And please do not take this as financial advice. This is just stuff that I am looking at. So as always, I'm using the weekly as my long-term bias, and we see that, and this weekly goes out 15 years. So we're looking at the big picture. But AGFS has been in a slow decline, so a slow downtrend. And then the week of October 24th, we got this huge green candle. Blow it up. This huge green candle on huge volume. Then we got this little tiny resting candle. So right now, I have an order in the system. Got an order in the system. It's good till close. So this won't trigger until the market opens. I want to say this was like a 40-cent stop. So on my swing trades or my longer term trades, I do give them more room. Give it more room. I got my entry at 291, which was the high of this candle on the 12-hour. And I got my stop below all of this on the 12-hour. So basically, it's like a 3-bar play. And that's the reason why I have that order in the system. This target is like 5R. risking 40, targets $2. That's 5R. This can be adjusted. I usually try to get about 3R out of my swing trades though. So that's the first one that I have an order in the system for. Second one is P-Tone. Now P-Tone, you do not see a 200 moving average on this chart because I guess there is not enough data. But on this one, we're going to come up, look at the 4-hour chart. And we can also look at the 12-hour chart over here. So we see that this has come over and it has broke the 100 moving average. And now I have an order in if this breaks and continues. That'll give us confirmation. And I got my stop just below the 100 moving average. So that's P-Tone. And P-Tone's the same way. It's just been in a steady decline. We do see that volume has kind of come in the last couple of weeks. And we've got 2 green candles in the last couple of weeks. So that's my P-Tone. This one here, I gave it a $1 stop. This has $1. Let me highlight that candle. Maybe not. This is 50. It's Yep, that range is 80 cents on this candle. So I gave it extra room on the bottom side. Never hurts to give it a little extra room on these long swing plays. And the third one is Store. S-T-O-R. This one here, if we look at, got this huge sell-off back in April of 2020. That was COVID. This thing grinded back up. It's just been kind of chopping around. Sold off. And now it has come up and it has broke over the 200 moving average. And it has been just consolidating. Just consolidating. So this one here, I got my order in. If it breaks 32.43, and I put my stop at the bottom of this little area right here. So if you look at it on the 12-hour, you got this wide range candle here, and then it's just been kind of chopping along. I put my stop at the bottom. I got my entry at the top. And those are the 3 trades that I am kind of looking at right now. But what I want to do real quick, and actually I'm going to show you one more. This is not one that I put in my system for an order, but this was a trade that I took last week on Crocs. Let's look at Crocs. Again, we'll go back to April of 2020. April 2020. This thing has just grinded up from a low of $24. We can say $23. This thing just grinded all the way up until October of last year when the market basically tanked out. This thing has sold off huge, came over, sold off again below the 200 moving average. Now it's back above the 200 average. I'm going to be watching this to hold this area right here. Kind of missed this trade already. And like I said, I took this trade this week and made some good money on it. On one of the trades, I got out a little early and actually got criticized in one of the groups that I kind of sit in. Got kind of criticized for getting out early. But I'm going to be watching Croc. And this will probably take a month before it would be ready to trigger. But to come up and then pull back and continue higher. Continue higher. So, like I said, this one may have already gone. Possibly could have got in on the break. Actually, let's see. Yep, it's breaking that area right now. Putting the stop down there. Giving this thing huge range. On this one, let's see. So the range of this candle is $20. So let's say like on my swing plays in my cash account, I risk $25 per trade. I would just buy one share. I would buy one share. I will put my stop down here. If this comes down and stops me out, I'm going to lose $20. But look at the room that it has back up. So first area of concern is right there at 100. So that would just about get me 1R. So that's how I kind of look at these. Let's check. Let's just look at the SPY. I don't really trade the SPY long term on for stocks, but I will play option plays. We see the SPY since April of 2020, right after COVID, has just been on a tear. And this is why I say everybody should long-term invest. If you come back and you just look at this, let's take this all the way out. I'm trying to see if it's going to take it out to 2008. There we go. Look at this thing. This thing sold off in 2008, 2009 with a low of $67. And this thing has been on a tear ever since. Kind of struggled to get above the 200 moving average right there. Got above the 200, and this thing has just come up, tested the 200, grinded, kind of sold off right here in 2017, 2018. This was another good buy area. You could have bought it 235, held this thing for a year, and made $100 per share. That's per share, $100. COVID, you're going to see this on just about every stock. Sold off, got down below the 200 moving average, got above it, came and retested it. I'm going to blow it up from right there. This thing broke below it, came back, retest, boom, entry right there. What's that? 293. This thing grinded all the way up to 479. And then we get to probably October. Where's October at? October right around here. Sold off, and now this is where we're in that sell-off at. But look at what it's doing. I spoke on this one, I want to say on my Friday recap. So this has been in a downtrend. And I had no clue that this line was right here when I did that. This has been in a downtrend. Look at where it's finding support at. And on this one, I said that a move higher might be short-lived, but I will look to possibly take some call plays on this for holding them for a couple of days. What I don't like is how far this is pulled back, though. Looking at this on the 12-hour. I don't like that. Because if I drop the line from here to there, this should have held right there. It should have held right there, and it has broken that trend. So this has been on a downtrend. It broke out of the channel, got above the 100 moving average. It should have caught support right there. Look at that. It should have caught support right there, which is 100 moving average. It didn't, and now it's selling back off. So I'll be watching this one still, but I don't like that move right there. I don't like that move. But we do see that it was in a downtrend on the weekly as well, and it has broken out of that channel. So if next week we can get this to get back over 390.39, we might get a little push higher. But I'm going to go through real quick and just show you how I kind of look for these ideas. So this is just my pre-market gap list scanner. Nothing special. I just click them. If it's not above the 200, I'm really not concerned. If it is above the 200, I want to see it in an uptrend. This is in a downtrend. It's setting lower lows and lower highs. That doesn't really pique my interest. That's below it. This is in a downtrend. You don't see the 200 moving average on there. This is Airbnb. That's in a downtrend though, so definitely doesn't pique my interest. Don't see a 200. That's in a downtrend. That's below it. It's below it. This one is just breaking it. This is still in a downtrend, so I'm going to want to see this reclaim or break and retest to reclaim it. Come up, look at it on the 4 hour. 4 hour kind of gives you a little closer insight. So it's on a downtrend here, but we see on the 4 hour, this is kind of trying to get into an uptrend. It's actually breaking the 100 moving average. So that's one that I'm going to kind of keep an eye on. AMC, that's below. AMCR, no, that's below it. That was AMD. Amazon's well below it in the downtrend. APA. So we see APA is above it. On APA, what I would want to see is a break and a retest of this area right here. So that's one that I'll be kind of keeping an eye on. That's coming up on it. Nope. That's testing, but it's still in a downtrend, so we need to see that trend change. And that's all I do right there. That is all I do. I have some other scanners that kind of weed through the junk. This is Bank of America. This is one that I actually will be watching, because we see that this came, it broke below it, tested it, it broke below it again. Now it's coming up to this area here. I'm going to want to see Bank of America push above and retest it and go higher. So this is one that I'm going to be watching. You see that it was in a downtrend, came back up, so it has broken the trend. And you can usually drop these lines, but you can still actually see it. You can kind of visualize it. So I'm going to extend that to the right, and I'm going to draw this as a channel. So we see B of A had been in a downtrend. Look where it held, right at the 200. It broke out of the channel, came back down, and now it's pushing back up. Had decent volume right there. So now I'm looking for this to break and retest. So B of A is actually one that I have on my just watch list, just to kind of keep an eye on it weekly to see what it does. Bed Bath & Beyond, nope. BBD, nope. That's it's in a downtrend. On these, I'll come up, look at the 4 hour. It got above the 100 and just sold off. So nope, that's not really looking good to me. Nope. Nope. And that is all I do. It's that easy. But there are still stocks out there that are making money on the long term. Just got to find them. Let's look at this one real quick. Nope. It's above the 100, but this is a little deep. Does have good room though. So if this had started getting into an uptrend, could possibly ride it back up to the 200, but not quite making over. And this is Carnival. Nope. Nope. Now I'm gonna switch to another one on my watch list real quick that I like to use. Let's check this one out. So let's run through them. This is, I call this my volume watch list. Another watch list that I made in our scanner that I made in ThinkorSwim. This one here, you can almost kind of visualize. It's just, come on, click. Let's draw it like that right there. It's extended. Let's redraw it as a channel. That's why I say I can almost visualize these things nowadays. This was in a downtrend. Look where it's holding and breaking out of the channel. Breaking out of the channel. And look for this to move higher, get a retest, and possibly get a change in the trend. That's ABB. ABR just coming up on it. ACMR. Nope. And like I said, I'm just going to be clicking through them. Now, if I don't see that 200, I'll kind of come glance up here at the 4 hour, see what it's doing in relation to the 100 moving average. This one is actually not looking too bad. This is actually not looking too bad for a quick move higher. And what I'm looking at is this nice candle here getting up over the 100 moving average. That was on good volume. Even this candle here has excellent volume. I'm going to blow this up real quick. This will be the last one I'm going to look at real quick. So let's look at this one. This candle here has 632,000 shares in it. Let's look to the candle just to the left, to the right of it. It has 600,000 shares of volume, and it is half the size. That is huge volume. So the range on that candle is 57 cents. I'll show you how I would play this one real quick. I'm going to open up my calculator, drag it over. So let's see. The range on that candle is 57 cents. I'm going to just round it up to 65 cents. So I'm going to say 25 divided by 65. I'm going to need 38 shares. I would need 38 shares on this one. In my cash account right now, it wouldn't sustain it because I have 3 other orders in the system. But let's just say I'm going to do 10 shares on this one. So I would say 10 shares. What did I say? 65 cents. I'm going to give this one 3R. So I'm going to say 185 for my target. I'm going to see what the high of this candle. It's 895. The high of that candle, 896. It's only $1 difference. I'm going to just drop that right there. And boom. That order is in the system now for whenever this triggers. And then inside of ThinkorSwim, it has my orders in the system. So Monday, tomorrow, all I'd have to do is just come over and look at it. Let me pull up that screen real quick. So if you look up here, you see all of the orders that I have in the system. So all I need to do is just come and click these. And I can see once the market is open what the stocks are doing. If they break below my area that the stop is in, that'll make the trade invalid. So if this breaks down below that, that makes that trade invalid. I'll just cancel that order out of the system. But that is how I look for my swing ideas. And I don't really give them as much risk as I do my intraday trades. So hope y'all enjoyed the video. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up, and we're gonna be ready to get into the market on Monday. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what the market is offering. My thought is if some of these long-term plays actually trigger, they may become some intraday trades as well. So we may get to see some movement on those. But hope y'all enjoyed the video, and we will be back at it again tomorrow. Peace.